Yo, what you like saying, it's your boy here, and today what I've got for you is a MotoGP 2015 Catalan Grand Prix review for you guys. So yeah, let's get right down to the video. If you do enjoy this video, then hit that like button below, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, let's get right down to this video. So basically we'll start off with qualifying because nothing much really happened in practice from what I've heard of. So yeah, we'll move on into qualifying. Oh, before qualifying, slight thing, Carl Abraham, he fell off his bike. He did not take part in qualifying or the race, unfortunate for him. He had injury to his toe, so unfortunate for him. He had a big crash from that of turn 4, flipped the bike over and flipped himself over, so yeah, as a result he could not compete in qualifying or the race, so unfortunate for him. So yeah, but moving on into qualifying, surprisingly I saw Pedrosa in qualifying. I don't know why, to be honest, but really, to be honest, a little bit strange, to be honest. Two Hondas in Q1 for the second race running. Very weird. Really shows that Honda are starting to crack a little bit. They're starting to become like Red Bull in 2014 when they were struggling like crazy. Like, you know, they came off from a dominant 2 years to now really being struggling and not getting the results that they wanted to achieve. I mean, hell, you know, Marquez has only had one win, and that's in the circuit of the Americas, and you would assume him to get more than that. So really, something's not going right in the Honda camp. So yeah. But besides Pedrosa having to do Q1, he did manage to get himself easily into Q2 with a 1 minute 41.188 second lap. Second was Indione, surprisingly as well. Don't know why, to be honest, because I think in practice he was like quickest and whatnot. So to see him in Q1 was a little bit strange, to be honest. So yeah, but he managed to get through quite nicely as well. So yeah, no problems by the two guys who are usually at the front end of the field. So yeah. But moving on into Q2, a lot of bikes were setting a lot of quick times. Surprisingly, Rossi was not able, as usual, to get amongst the front, to be honest. He qualified in 7th place, so a little bit weird for him there. But, you know, in the race, he's been able to come from that position to sometimes even win, so don't discount Rossi. He could be a factor in the Catalan Grand Prix, so yeah. But in the end, it was a surprise to all of us. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a surprise. Suzuki won 2 on pole position for the Catalan Grand Prix. Now that was a little bit weird, to be honest, because I did not expect Suzuki to be on pole position, especially as they're not very good on the straights. So, and really as well too, as this track's more sort of straight line performance dominant. So you would assume that the bikes such as the Honda and the Yamahas would be able to overpower the Suzuki, but no, the Suzuki pulled in a stellar lap that put both their bikes onto pole position 1-2 for them, which is absolutely fantastic. Third was Jorge Lorenzo, a good lap by him there in the Yamaha, and Marquez in 4th. So that meant that both Hondas weren't on the top, didn't start in the top 3. They did not. Both Hondas did not start on the front row, which hasn't happened in a while, to be honest, and really showed signs of, like I said, you know, cracks and whatnot. Cracks, you know, sort of bad luck and whatnot, you know, that they're facing, you know, and hopefully that will all change, you know, soon, to be honest, because they cannot throw away a constructors or a drivers for the title this year. So yeah, especially as Yamaha's dominating so far this season. So yeah. But so moving on into the race, their sort of like glories at the front and whatnot. There's Suzuki's like glory and whatnot at the front and whatnot was short-lived. At the start they were blown away by the Yamahas and the Hondas going into turn 1. Jorge Lorenzo took the lead from Davizioso behind in second place. Marcus was in third. Yeah, Marcus was in third. Rossi was in fourth. So yeah, but going into turn 4, unfortunate scenes happened for Crutchlow. He fell off his bike in qualifying and then again got punted out of the race, coming out of turn 4 at the start of the race. So unfortunate for him. He was battling with Alicia Spargo, who was dropping back due to the performance, due to the speed of the Suzuki. So yeah, unfortunate. But then moving on, we saw Marcus getting ahead of Davizio, and really started to close up to Lorenzo until 3 laps in the race, he ran deep, went onto the gravel, fell off his bike, and afterwards he did manage to get his bike. He did manage to get back on his bike, but the damage was too much for him to continue, so he retired from the race. Unfortunate for Marquez, to be honest, his second retirement in a row. I mean, just totally unfortunate. He's really having a bad season. This is probably his toughest season ever, to be honest, because you know he's now having to go off the back foot, to be honest, and we haven't seen him have these kind of seasons in a while. So it's going to be interesting to see how he bounces back from that. So yeah. But then, so moving on, we also saw Davizio also fell off his bike coming out of turn 4. He was running in third because he got overtaken by Rossi afterwards. So yeah, he did fell off his bike in third place, which allowed Elish to get up to third. But then Elish at the end of the race, almost at the end, fell off his bike as well. So yeah, unfortunate for Elish. A fairy tale pole position came to a very sorrow end for him, to be honest, as he fell off his bike. Unfortunate, but that's racing, these things can happen, so yeah. But then moving on, we saw some good battling going on between Maverick Vinales and Scott Redding running in a good 7th place. His best, if he were to finish 7th, then that would even be his best of his MotoGP career. So great to see him right up there, improving race by race. Is the Prince. So yeah, that's fantastic to see. He was batting a lot with Maverick Vinales and he was dropping back lap by lap, but managed to regroup and managed to catch up to Scott Redding, and yeah, Second is Valentino Rossi.